The global trade arena is now a fierce battlefield, and the stakes have never been higher. In this unfolding drama, France has just launched a counterstrike against U.S. tariffs in a move that is sending shockwaves across the European Union, the automotive sector, and global trade itself. This isn't just a political maneuver. It's a direct challenge that could reshape alliances, spark economic upheaval, and redefine the future of industries worldwide. At Ancient Craft, we're diving headfirst into the ripple effects of France's response to U.S. tariffs, breaking down the complexities of the situation, key factors that are changing the landscape of global trade. So, strap in, because this isn't your ordinary trade dispute. This is a trade war like no other, and it's unfolding right before our eyes. The tension kicked off in early 2025, when the U.S. imposed a hefty 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports, targeting European manufacturers in an effort to protect American industries. But what Washington likely didn't anticipate was France's immediate and forceful reaction. French Foreign Minister Jean-Noël Barrot wasted no time in delivering a strong message. France, along with the European Union, would not stand by while their industries are threatened. This move holds profound consequences for the automotive sector, which relies heavily on steel and aluminum. The tariffs force automakers to deal with skyrocketing material costs, leading to tighter profit margins, the risk of costlier vehicles for consumers, and ultimately, a fragile balance that could destabilize the entire industry. France's countermeasures are not just symbolic. They are a signal to the U.S. and the world. France will protect its industries at all costs. This isn't just about economics. It's about standing firm in the face of aggression. As U.S. trade relations with France grow more tense, the French are looking to the east for new economic opportunities. And the numbers are telling. France's trade with China exploded in 2023, hitting an incredible $78.90 billion, a staggering 800-fold increase in just 6 decades. This isn't just a diplomatic gesture. It's a strategic pivot toward China, the world's largest consumer market and a key player in the global production of electric vehicle (EV) batteries. President Macron's 2023 visit to Beijing wasn't just ceremonial, it was a declaration of intent. The visit resulted in 18 major agreements, spanning sectors from aviation to agriculture, and most importantly, automotive technology. This partnership could prove crucial for French automakers, who are now looking to collaborate with China to access cutting-edge EV technology and expand their market reach. This shift isn't just about navigating tariffs. It's about positioning France and its automotive sector to thrive in the new world order of global trade. By strengthening ties with China, France is ensuring that its automotive industry doesn't just survive. It has the tools to thrive in a rapidly changing environment. The impact of U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum extends far beyond the immediate cost increases. They threaten to unravel the intricate supply chains that have made Europe's automotive industry one of the world's most efficient and cost-effective systems. Materials that once moved freely between suppliers and manufacturers are now encumbered by additional costs and the uncertainty of cross-border trade. As the automotive industry scrambles to deal with these higher costs, other sectors are also beginning to feel the pressure. Airbus CEO Guillaume Faury even hinted that the aerospace giant could shift its priorities to non-U.S. customers if tariffs make doing business across the Atlantic too costly. For automakers, this could mean rethinking their entire production strategy, moving to alternative sources for materials, relocating production facilities, or potentially passing on higher costs to consumers. And the wild card in all this? If vehicle prices rise due to these costs, demand could collapse, putting even more pressure on manufacturers. It's a high-stakes game, and there's no room for error. France is not fighting this battle alone. The entire European Union is rallying behind its cause, and President Macron has been at the forefront of a unified EU response. The stakes for the European automotive industry are personal. Trade disruptions and higher tariffs could undermine Europe's position as a global automotive powerhouse. When the EU unites, it's a force to be reckoned with. History has shown that when the European bloc speaks with one voice, it can't be easily ignored. In response to U.S. actions, Brussels is laying the groundwork for its own retaliatory tariffs, preparing for a possible full-scale trade war. The EU has made it clear that if the U.S. continues to escalate tensions, it will not back down. This could mean higher costs, disrupted supply chains, and a weaker competitive position for Europe in the global automotive market. In the face of unpredictable U.S. trade policies, France is making a concerted effort to diversify its economic alliances. While the U.S. has long been a key partner, France is now turning toward Asia, particularly China, its largest trading partner in the region. The French automotive industry in particular stands to benefit from this shift. By deepening its economic ties with China, France is not just weathering the storm of U.S. tariffs, but positioning itself for long-term success. New partnerships with China will open doors to joint ventures, technology exchanges, and access to one of the largest consumer markets in the world. For automakers, this shift could mean more stability and growth as they tap into emerging markets and collaborate on advanced technological developments. France's pivot to China and other global markets isn't just a reactive strategy. It's a proactive step to ensure that its automotive sector remains competitive, no matter what the U.S. decides to do next. The escalating trade dispute between the U.S. and the EU is causing irreparable damage to their long-standing alliance. The imposition of tariffs, followed by retaliatory actions, has created an economic standoff that threatens future cooperation on global issues. The automotive sector has been one of the hardest hit, with European automakers facing significant challenges in accessing the U.S. market. The 25% tariff on European car imports could lead to fewer exports, hurting both manufacturers and the American consumers who rely on affordable, high-quality European vehicles. But the repercussions extend beyond autos. Prolonged trade tensions could push the EU to strengthen its ties with other economic powers, including China. This would reduce the U.S.'s influence in global markets, shifting the balance of power in trade negotiations. If these tensions continue to grow, the damage to U.S.-EU relations could be felt for decades, fundamentally altering the economic landscape. At the heart of this trade dispute is the automotive industry, a sector that represents millions of jobs, billions of dollars, and a massive share of global trade. The U.S. tariffs on European car imports have thrown a wrench into the gears of this global powerhouse, forcing automakers to make tough decisions. European automakers, including giants like Volkswagen, BMW, and Mercedes-Benz, rely heavily on the U.S. market. A 25% tariff could make their vehicles far too expensive for American consumers, shrinking their market share. On the flip side, retaliatory tariffs by the EU could hit American automakers like Ford and General Motors, escalating the trade war even further. In response, industry leaders are calling on policymakers to find a resolution that prevents further damage. The automotive industry isn't just a business. It's the backbone of the global economy, and the decisions made today could reverberate for generations. France's bold counterstrike against U.S. tariffs has set the stage for a seismic shift in global trade. As the European Union turns toward new alliances with China and other markets, automakers are left to navigate the fallout of rising costs, disrupted supply chains, and shifting consumer demand. But the biggest question remains: can the U.S. and the EU find common ground before the situation spirals further out of control? Or are we witnessing the start of a major shift in the automotive industry that will redefine global trade for years to come? As we move forward, one thing is clear. Global trade is on the verge of a major transformation, and the road ahead is anything but predictable. What happens next could change everything. So tell us, what do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss the next big update in the world of global trade, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, because the future of the automotive industry is unfolding right now, and we'll be right here to bring you all the details. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.